Good evening and welcome back to the program. I have been joined by Shay Fawcett Robinson, and she's going to be giving us some very important information about a disease that many of us are familiar with because of friends and loved ones. It's sickle cell anemia.
Yes.
So I actually was introduced to the program that's coming up because one of our in the upper room family members was here last week, and his wife is a doctor, and so we were going to ask her to come on, and we're so glad that Shay was able to come on and talk to us about what's going on in the program and give us a little information about sickle cell.
Okay. Well, sickle cell, what it is, it's a chronic disease that affects the blood flow. What it is, it's a disease that prevents the oxygen from being able to flow through the blood. And we have normal red blood cells, so they're round and soft. A sickle cell patient has their cells sickle like a half moon, and they're hard and pointy. So when they're flowing through the veins, they literally scrape the walls of the vein, which causes excruciating pain for the patient. And that can pretty much cause a crisis. And with that crisis, a patient could pretty much be in balled up and unable to really move with that type of pain. So there's nothing that you can really do but get them oxygen right away. Also, they may have their pain medicine, which is very important to get them their pain medicine as well. And definitely call 911 if they're home to get them to the hospital, and they have to be hydrated as well. So that's what sickle cell disease is about. So I really want to share also about the sickle cell walk and how it came about, and where we're going forward also with the sickle cell home as well. So Dr. Anderson. Dr. Anderson and I were introduced through actually Trippy, and we had similar passions. My late husband James had similar passions as Nina. She had been doing sickle cell research for 15 plus years, and she's dedicated her life to that. And I just had my own personal experience with living with my husband, who had the disease for 10 and a half years of our marriage, but he lived with it for 44 years. So we partnered up, and we were going to pretty much put together this sickle cell walk to bring awareness to Delaware for adults. We do have treatment for children at the AI hospital. Unfortunately, once they hit the age of 18, they pretty much lose that team of doctors that they had throughout their life. So it's important that sickle cell patients have a team of doctors that really support them. So we decided to do this walk. Unfortunately, James didn't live to see that. We had our first walk September 13th, 2012. We're at our third year, and we are looking forward to doing greater things. So with that, also with the walk, Nina was also able to get a small grant and start the sickle cell home. And the whole purpose of that was when a sickle cell patient goes to the hospital, unfortunately, when they go there, they have to get their medicine. That's important. And you can't treat sickle cell like back pain. It's a chronic disease. And when you go to the emergency room, unfortunately, at times, they may receive horrible treatment, and sometimes treated merely like a drug addict at times, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they think they're coming to get a quick fix, and they need their medicine is what they need, and they need to get oxygen, like I said, and be hydrated right away. They need to get IV. So the whole purpose of the sickle cell home was to have like that one-stop shop, more of a holistic, compassionate care where they can, like I said, have a team of doctors that knows about sickle cell and pretty much care for their whole well-being and not just treat the disease itself.
Where is the home?
The home is in Wilmington. Well, I don't have the address.
Okay,
we do have
fine.
the address on the card.
Okay.
It's right off of 40th and Market Street, Dr. Sanuki's office. That's where the sickle cell home is, and I can provide you with that information before I leave also.
So tell us about the walk.
Okay.
More about the walk.
Okay, so the walk is going to be held September 13th. At Brandywine Park. We're going to be near the Josephine Gardens, a little past the fountain.
Okay.
So we'll be set up down there. It starts at 10 o'clock. Registration's at 9 a.m. So we're looking for everyone to come out and support. $20. However, we understand that some families may have a large family or may not be as financially stable, so we don't turn anyone away. So if anyone out there wants to register, you can go to Races to Run, the number 2run.com to register online. We do encourage that, but again, if someone wants to participate, they can simply show up, see one of us at the registration table, and we'll take care of it. So no one is turned away. It's been a great outpouring. The first year, maybe about 150 participants. The second year, it doubled. The amount of money we raised tripled in number, so it's been really great. So we're looking forward to a greater outpouring this year.
And the proceeds go all to the home?
Well, not all to the home, but majority, yes, it does. And also it funds back into providing for the walk for the next year as well.
Okay, gotcha.
And we've also provided, payments for sickle cell patients who aren't able to hold a job. So we pay some of their bills for them as well, because some patients may need oxygen that runs 24/7. So we may pay their Delmarva bill, and kind of do that. So we've done that.
Now, at the home, I'm sorry if you mentioned this, but at the home, is it just are there children there also, or is it for all ages?
It's mainly for adults, but she does accept children as well. I believe the age is, I think 12 or 13.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. We can put all the information on the segment.
Absolutely.
That's fine. So, is this what your husband passed of?
Yes, he passed January 2012, and from acute chest syndrome, which is pretty much the oxygen, the blood flow. There was no oxygen in his body, and he pretty much he died from that.
Well, I'm sure that this work that you're doing is just completely, there are no words. There are no words. Shay, I really want to thank you for coming on the program. Was there anything else you wanted to make sure that you shared with our audience?
Just really please, if you can, come out and support the walk. If you're just coming to be on the sideline, we have people who come and sit on the sideline to, just clap their hands as people come as they finish the race. Just come and support. It's a really nice big family event. We'll have music. There's a moon bounce for the children. Your children will be watched over. We will have many volunteers be there to watch your children. So please come out. Again, don't let the cost deter you. We will not turn anyone away. It's going to be a great time, so I hope everyone comes out.
That's September 13th.
September 13th at 9 a.m. Arrive early for registration at 9. The walk begins promptly at 10 a.m. It takes about an hour, and we'll have some food. There's some fun things going on, so it'll be very nice. And we have some great prizes to give away. We do give away prizes in several different age categories, from 12 to age 70. We had some 70-year-olds who participated last year, so it is a 5K and a 1 mile run also.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yes, it is. So for those who don't want to do the 5K, so.
Are you going to walk?
I'm going to walk and run.
Oh, are you really?
I'm going to do both, yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the 5K. I did
right.
it the first 2 years, so I'm going to do it again.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us on the show.
Anytime. I was very, very glad that Dr. Anderson agreed to come on such short notice, and I'm so glad that you guys were able to make it.
Great.
So thank you for sharing the information. We really appreciate it. I think, like I said in the opening, I think all of us, a lot of us have known someone who has sickle cell and go ahead.
Or the trait also.
Or the trait,
the trait as well. It's important for also, I think it was in 1990 when they started testing all babies for the trait. So if someone out there has a trait, it's important to be educated, because if you marry someone or have a child with someone who, if you have two traits, you have the potential of producing the child with the full-blown disease. So it's important to be educated as well. So a lot of us carry the trait and don't even know it.
Can we get tested?
Yes, you can. As an adult, since you weren't born, you were born before the 1990s, you would have to get tested to find out if you are a carrier of the trait. So if you decide to have children now and your husband or your boyfriend or whatever has the trait, you can potentially have a child that has the disease. So it's important to be educated.
And you can just go to your personal primary care.
Go to your doctor. There's a special test. I don't know the name of it.
But if we say that, they won't give us a hard time about it.
They should not give us a hard time. Right.
Okay.
But all babies now are tested since 1990. Their feet are pricked when they're born. So
I remember, I don't know, I had a friend and she had sickle cell anemia, and we were little, so we didn't understand.
Right.
And it was one of those things where you're like, well, why can't you play? And I didn't know that she was in so much pain.
Yeah, it is. Very
so again,
difficult.
thank you so much, Shay, for coming on the program.
I appreciate it.
We're going to ask you at home to stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of In the Upper Room, the Outreach Ministries, The Monitor.
Join Toba Community Health for the 3rd annual James Fawcett III Sickle Cell Awareness 5K and 1 mile walk run, which will be held this Saturday, September the 13th at the Brandywine Park in Wilmington, Delaware. Registration opens at 9 a.m. and the race begins at 10 a.m. Sickle cell disease is a lethal blood disorder that is oftentimes misunderstood and invisible. It can be quite painful and debilitating. Today, thanks to better management of the disease, people can live a long quality of life. Proceeds from the 3rd annual Sickle Cell Awareness 5K Run Walk will help fund access to quality of care programs and research. Please sponsor a team for this walk. Consider walking yourself or send a donation to the James Fawcett Sickle Cell Awareness 5K Run Walk, P.O. Box 9663, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. For more information, go to www.racestoRun.com or call 302-654-6400 today. There will be free food, live music, beautiful trophies to the overall male and female winner, plus the top 3 winners in each age group, and this year the top group team sponsor. The Sickle Cell Awareness 5K Run Walk is Saturday, September the 13th at Brandywine Park in Wilmington, Delaware, near the Brandywine Zoo. Find a way to participate or contribute. I'm Dr. Nina Anderson. Together, we can break the sickle cycle.